Hello, beautiful people. Most welcome to the page here on GBCNEWS. This is where we do chatting. This is where we get those who matter when it comes to sports development. I'm Theophilus Sampa. We should ferry through this particular discussion. Very, very insightful because we're counting down to Tokyo Olympic Games and specifically the Paralympic Games as well. Remember, in 2023, Ghana will be hosting the African Games and the Africa Paralympic Games as well. So everything starts from now and it has started even already. But before I introduce my guest, I have the scribe, the General Secretary of the National Paralympic Committee, Mr. Peter Adjei, in the house. Before I take his initial comment, yesterday we announced that the National Powerlifting team, the Black Optimists, listen, their name is the Black Optimists. They have left the shores of the country to Manchester. What really are they going to do? Let's bring you a flashback of that info. Then Peter will give us more on what we should really know and why we should go on our knees and pray for them to really excel in Manchester. We'll be right back from this one.
Manchester 2021 Road to Tokyo Para Powerlifting World Cup is one of the last events that offers an opportunity for athletes to gain and solidify their qualification slots to the Paralympic Games in Tokyo. The team, which has been in camp in Cape Coast since February, is in high hopes of raking in medals and raising the flag of Ghana on this international platform. In February 2020, the team attended the 2020 edition of the competition and won a bronze medal after winning gold, silver and bronze a few days before in Abuja during the Abuja 2020 World Para Powerlifting World Cup.
So that was the tip of the iceberg. So the team currently are in Manchester. They've gone. And so I have now been joined by the General Secretary of the National Paralympic Committee, Mr. Peter Adjei. Peter, good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
You guys have been busy for some time now. I know behind the scenes you've been working, you don't sleep. I can see from your face that just for the service to humanity, mankind, making sure that we raise the profile of para sports in this country, you guys don't really sleep. Now, give us the latest update in terms of the number of players or athletes that are currently in Manchester, officials and everything, and confirm to us, was our story true that the team have left the shores of this country? Confirm everything to Ghanaians today.
Well, Theophilus, yes, the team left Ghana yesterday night on the British Airways flight. It was quite smooth. As you may know, they had been in camp since February. And I can say, if you compare their results during last year's various competitions and since the training camp, I can say that they have all gained about 30% more weight on the bar. And so yes, the team has left for Manchester. They will land in Manchester this morning at 11:35 a.m. They will be picked to their hotel. Our competition dates are the 26th and the 28th of this month. And Lord willing, come 2nd April, they will return to Ghana with the medals that we are all looking forward to.
In terms of the athletes, how many athletes really made the trip? How many officials? People really want to know.
So there were 4 athletes, 1 coach and a team leader who departed Ghana. So it was a delegation of 6 persons that left to attend the competition.
You, the General Secretary, you are here. You are not part of the delegation. Now tell us, how crucial is this Manchester event to, one, raising the profile of the athletes, preparing the athletes indeed for the Paralympic Games or the African Games?
Yes, I'll first touch base on myself as Secretary General and being in Ghana whilst the team is in Manchester. You know, I started as a coach and I transitioned to be a technical director, and then now I'm Secretary General. I believe that in this world, one of the best legacies to leave is to train people who can take over from you in the case that you are not around. And so I have done my part in terms of attending competitions, and I think that it is time. The coach and the team leader have been well groomed to take the mantle and also do the work that we started to do. Manchester 2021 World Para Powerlifting competition is one of the last qualification competitions for the Tokyo Games. Last year, we attended the same competition and won a bronze medal. This year, when we compare the number of athletes, and during competitions like that, we know the dangerous athletes from the various other countries. And so as part of some of the technical things we do, you make these permutations and know who is coming and who is not coming, and you play sometimes psychological games during the competition such that you can increase the weight that the athlete is lifting, and 30 seconds before the beginning of the lift you can quickly go and change. By so doing, you would have caused one of your opponents to also increase, but because you will be there 30 seconds to time, by the time your change is done, he cannot also come to change to drop the weight, and by so doing you would have picked the medal ahead of him. And so it is a very crucial competition that has been rolled out by the International Paralympic Committee and the World Para Powerlifting. And Ghana, I can say that we are very happy that the Black Optimists are going to raise the flag of Ghana high. Patricia Nyameche, who is a junior athlete, won gold in Abuja last year. She's expected to pick gold this year. Emmanuel Oku won bronze last year. He's expected to pick silver or gold this year. And Tahiru is also expected to pick a gold or silver this year, the same as Vida. And so I'm very confident. I believe that it is going to serve as motivation to the other team who will also be traveling to Dubai in May this year to also go and qualify. For the Commonwealth 2022 Games, the qualification started in January of 2020. It will end in December of 2021. So for the sport of para powerlifting, every competition that we attend since last year, January, counts towards the qualification for Commonwealth Games. We have never gained an automatic qualification slot in the Paralympic Games or the Commonwealth Games. And we are very hopeful that this time around, one of the plans that we have taken is to gain participation by merit, by gaining an automatic qualification slot and move away from wildcards and bipartite. So that is our plan.
4 athletes, a contingent of 6 had gone. In terms of finances, how do you guys do it? We are in a COVID era, so how do you do it and it seems seamless? No brouhaha, no athlete shouting or going out and saying that, okay, we've been denied access to go. How do you first pick them, and how did you all do it?
Yeah, so for this team, we had trials. So, in every Paralympic year, you normally concentrate about 70% of your resources to the athletes who are most likely to gain qualifications.
So the underlining word is most likely.
Yes.
Okay.
So it just makes technical sense that in a Paralympic year, for instance, this year, you must commit about 70%. For us as officials of the National Paralympic Committee, as I always say, we are into para sports for the passion and to contribute our bit to develop Ghana through sports. And so, as I said, since my involvement in the Paralympic movement in 2014 till the day that I leave this earth, and I can speak also for all the other members of the National Paralympic Committee, the Executive Board, we would always commit ourselves, even personally, to make sure that some of these things are brought to bear, without also forgetting the athletes and the support that they also give. Because no athlete receives any kind of consistent monthly stipend to offset some of the costs that they incur in attending training and even feeding themselves. So they themselves, I would say, are the first sponsors of themselves, and then we also come into buttress. Yesterday we paid a courtesy call to the minister. He showed a lot of solidarity.
So, I won't catch you, but on our screens are some pictures there. So the Minister for Youth and Sports, Mr. Yusuf, Honorable Yusuf, in the middle there I can see Mr. Samson Dean and some officials and some of the athletes. Those in yellow are 2 female athletes, yes. And then I can see Tahiru, yes, the giant at the other side, yes, and then the other guy. So yes, these are the team members that, yes, are almost there.
Even though you are not showing the one that has myself, I can promise you I'm also
you
in
were
there.
The photographer.
No, I'm in there. So yes, you can see me there. I am very present. You see, Theophilus, the minister has given us a lot of hope.
Hope?
Yes, not through any kind of promise, but you see, the way he just sat down and even interacted with us gives us some peace of mind that this person is genuinely out to assist to develop sports in all fields, not only para sports. And so what I can say now is that we are going to put in our maximum best, and we are going to conquer, and we are going to raise the flag of Ghana.
Did you guys give him an assurance?
Yes, we did.
And then he also assured you?
Yes, he also assured us.
But as at the time you were leaving, the assurance was that when you return,
they will honor us.
Okay.
You know, in Ghana, when they say honor,
because it is on national platform, and because the minister is fresh on our minds that you swore an oath in parliament that you'll be a minister for all sports. We've heard that thing before. It's becoming a cliche in this country that all ministers will come, be a minister for all sports, and after 6 months they forget that we have a para movement as well. We have least finance sports in this country, and then the concentration is only on the senior national male football team. Remember, the Black Stars. So we just want to know if he really gave you an assurance. Then we start, because you are the general secretary, so yes, we can take you on. You're on national TV.
Yes, so the assurance was that go and win medals.
Go and win medals.
Medals.
Okay.
And when you come, the
you'll be
country
rewarded.
Will also honor you.
Okay.
And so we are going to take it like that.
So
maybe it may not even be monetary. Maybe they would, the presidency.
You also want to see what they did for the satellite. You want to go there?
No, they will even say they will give the NPC a well-befitting office complex.
So
it is something that is on our heart.
That the government gives you an office, or
yes,
or the Ministry of Youth and Sports looks out for a well-befitting.
A well-befitting. That's the key word.
A well-befitting office.
Office.
Okay. So you don't want what they did for the satellite.
Oh.
That when the athletes come with the gold medals, the president will host them, and then
yes.
Then when you finish, Agamali is that you want another office. You want the office.
Yeah, you know, but the president cannot host us or give us an office without hosting us. So for the hosting, yes. Yes.
Okay. Not long ago, the NPC, you were present. You signed a groundbreaking agreement with officials from Inaru, the Japanese authorities, to host Ghana's para team in Tokyo, Japan. Break it down for us. What really was that ceremony? It was a webinar.
Yes.
What was the ceremony all about?
Okay. So in 2019, when we attended the Chef de Mission seminar in Tokyo, we met officials of Inawashiro. You know, Inawashiro is significant to Ghana because that is the birthtown of Dr. Hideo Noguchi, who was very instrumental here in Ghana in the medical field. As a matter of fact, there's even a whole research institute that has been named after him to honor him. So the officials of the township approached us and had deliberation with us. The NPC Ghana president and myself also thought it wise that it would be good to continue in the Dr. Noguchi Ghana fraternity. And so after discussing at the board level, we all agreed that we are going to have a training camp, a pre-games training camp in Japan, and it was going to be in the Inawashiro township. One of the interesting things is that, you know, normally I was part of the 2014 Commonwealth Games delegation that went to Glasgow for the training camp. And, you know, you make payments, accommodation, you book all those things. But this time around, the Inawashiro Township is providing free accommodation, free feeding, medicals, internal transport to the Ghanaian Paralympic.
No, wait. Hammer it on it. Ghana is watching. Let us really understand. Yes, everybody finds it difficult when it comes to events. People are even saying that the amount of money we quote unquote use can be channeled anywhere. Hammer it on it. This particular agreement, you are saying what is free?
Free accommodation.
The Japanese government will give Ghanaians or all the countries that will be participating in the games that are getting the free.
No, okay. So the pre-games campaign is different from the Tokyo Games itself. For the Tokyo Games, it's the same, free accommodation, free feeding, everything. But for the pre-games campaign, normally countries pay
Okay.
But as a way of fostering the collaboration between the Inawashiro Township and the Paralympic fraternity in Ghana, the township authorities is headed by their mayor, is giving free accommodation, free feeding, free internal transport, free medicals, free training facilities, and then afterwards they will convey the Paralympic team from their town to the Paralympic village, also free.
Oh la la.
Yes.
Great news.
Yes. So what Ghana is going to contribute towards that is the air ticket from Ghana to Tokyo Airport. Every other thing
has been
will
taken
be catered for by Inawashiro.
So this was what you signed.
Yes.
Between you, or let's say the president of NPC,
yes,
and the authorities of Inawashiro.
Yes.
Wow.
It was not between the president of the NPC. It was between the NPC headed by the president.
Okay. Okay, so the correction has been made.
Yes.
The NPC headed by the president, Mr. Samson Dean.
Yes.
And wherever he is, Mr. Samson Dean, I salute you wherever you are. Thank you for the effort you are putting in, and I hope that they won't disappoint. They will bring more laurels, so at least you will be excited during those things. So now, with this grand thing, it's been a while, if I'm casting my mind back, to really hear of such an offer. Yes. For any of our national teams or any of our contingents. If you have been there, maybe when you took over, has there been any documentation that Ghana has received such a package before?
No,
for many international bodies?
No, no, never. And by saying this, I do not mean to maybe undermine the past administration.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that you took documentation.
Yes, there's been nothing. This will be historic. This will be the first of its time that the National Paralympic Committee, as a standalone, has signed such an agreement with a foreign partner for the development and promotion of parasports and subsequent participation in the
So with this package, break it down for some of us who are very, very critical when it comes to issues like this. So how many athletes really will be able to benefit from this? Is it those who qualify, or you have a target for a group of athletes and officials?
Yes, so apart from the athletes that would qualify and be confirmed, our plan is that, you know, if you have, let's say, one athlete who has qualified in a sport of para-athletics, wheelchair racing, it will serve as a motivation if you add training partners or training partner who are also his fellow athletes that he trains with already. Because in their training, it will create a form of competition platform for the athletes to see that, you know, because when normally if you are running or you are racing and you are racing alone, the motivation is not that much until you have someone who is either leading you or trying to catch up with you and subsequently bypass you. And so we are still having discussions to send a delegation that will be made up of athletes who have gained the slot and training partners.
Okay.
Because, you know, from that time there will be very little time also for training in the lead up to the Kuma World Games. So it will be a way that we will still be building the team that will also be going to the Kuma World Games, because the training is going to be between 4 to 6 weeks. Okay. If I remember correctly.
So now that we are all talking about the Tokyo Paralympic Games, you are talking about the upcoming Kuma World Games championships that will be coming up. What is the target for the NPC? How many Ghanaian athletes now can we say are on the verge of qualification or have qualified or are likely?
In all, we are expecting about 10.
10 athletes?
Yes, who are, some have made the qualification mark, some are yet to make it because they just need to participate in certain competitions and they will get it.
Are all of them powerlifters?
No, so there are para-athletics athletes, para-powerlifting athletes, there is a blind judo athletes, there are wheelchair tennis athletes also.
Great. And so what about the wheelchair racing athletes? Do we have some that are have also qualified? Yes,
there are currently two, one wheelchair racing athlete and one high jumper who have made the qualifying mark. As a matter of fact, from the 25th of this month, they will also be moving.
That's the wheelchair
the para-athletics team.
The para-athletics team.
Yes, so wheelchair racing is part of para-athletics.
Okay.
So the para-athletics team will also be moving to Cape Coast to also begin their camp, and then they will subsequently attend their last qualification competition in Paris and Switzerland in May of this year.
Time is running fast when the discussions become so interesting. And so, right now that Corporate Ghana is watching, is there room for Corporate Ghana to come on board and say we want to partner NPC? Let's continue with this good. I know some of them like Limitless Foundation, those young guys that always come to your aid, and other ones that come. Is there still room for others to come on board?
There is a lot of room and many doors. Whichever door you open leads to the corridors of the National Paralympic Committee and the Paralympic family. We are using this opportunity to appeal to Corporate Ghana. We understand that COVID era has created a lot of difficulties, but these guys are also national ambassadors. They are going to promote the country. They are going to sell the country, and they are going to make the country proud. And so we will only entreat them to come to our aid. But before you go, or before we go, I would want to use this opportunity to express our very sincere thanks to the Ghana ambassador to Japan, His Excellency Mr. Frank Otchere. As a matter of fact, I have not met any ambassador like that, you know.
Meaning you've been meeting ambassadors anyway.
Yes, I have.
Mr. Otchere, I know, I have seen Mr. Otchere before.
You text him at dawn, he will respond. At night, you will respond. You will text him quickly on WhatsApp, he will respond, he will call you. And it is because of him, he has played a very key role in Ghana or the NPC being able to sign this agreement. And so we hope that we will meet him in Tokyo, and we are very confident, and I want to use this opportunity to let him know, to let the foreign ministry know, to let the president of the land know that he has been very instrumental, and we are glad that we met someone like him.
Okay, great. So many thanks also for doing the watching. That has been the page. This is where we do the chit-chatting. So we get those who matter, like Peter, who is the General Secretary, who runs the day-to-day activity of the National Paralympic Committee. Some good news out there. We are going to get something free. So the burden on the Ministry of Youth and Sports for a while will come down, and government will come down, because there's going to be free from the partners from Japan, Tokyo. And thank you very much, everybody that made it possible. And let me say on this note that happy birthday to the beach soccer head coach. Today is your birthday, although the GFA says don't go and play the qualifiers. Today happens to you, be your birthday. Please celebrate it in modesty, and we know that there will be another greater door for you to really lead Ghana to glory. Many thanks for doing the watching. I'm Theophilus Sampa. The page returns same time tomorrow. Keep watching GBC News.